I need some more lighting up in here. What's going on, guys? What's going on? It's your man Ed Hayes here. Hold on, let me see. It look like I need a little bit more light here, y'all. Let me try to let me get another light going up in here real quick. Let's get this session going though, guys. What's going on? Ugh. Talk to me, talk to me. What's going on, y'all? I'm just gonna try to get some more light up in here real quick. All right. Try to get this lighting set up. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, Marcus? What's happening, Joshua? oh man, that's what's up, Joshua. Man, I'm glad that you got it, brother. I'm glad that you got it. You say that it's working out pretty good, huh? Hey, I'm glad that you took advantage last time, brother. I'm glad you took advantage. Hold on, real quick, y'all. Let me just set up this little tripod real fast, and then we're gonna get it going. You say you've been knocking it out, huh, Josh? What's going on, Marcus? Drop a comment when y'all come into the session. Let me know you here. I'm just getting a little bit of lighting ready real quick. Hey, where you located? I'm out in Chicago, Brandon. I'm out in the shy. The shy. Hold on real quick. Real quick. Let me just get some lighting together real quick, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. Coming right back. Whoops. Hold on, y'all. What's going on? What's happening, y'all? What's happening? Hold on real quick. I'm just trying to get a little light real quick. Let me get some light up in here. Y'all see, I'm already black. I don't need to be blacker. What's up, Shiny? I see you out here, Shiny. What's going on? Hold on. All right. Just about there. Just about there. Here we go. Bang. All right, let's see what we're working with. Hey, oh man, I'm still a little dark. That's all good though, man. Look, we're gonna have to work with it, y'all. For real. Hold on, let me see. Focus it. Hey. Yeah. Something like that. Oh, hey, I'm so glad to hear that, Shani. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Yeah, I think that'll do the job. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Am I too dark, y'all? Y'all let me know. I think that shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, yeah, maybe that'll be all right. It's kind of shifting a little bit. You say I'm too dark? Am I too dark? Oh, okay. Anyway, though, guys, what's going on, guys? We are live out here for the Wholesaling Mastermind session tonight. Free game Fridays. You know, I wanted to do this on Wednesday, but we got a little bit backed up trying to do the new move to the new location and whatnot, guys. So bear with me. I'm glad to be out here, man. We had a great session last week. Just wanted to come back and get another one in with you guys. So let me know what's going on. Talk to me. It's free game Fridays. If y'all got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know what's going on with your deals. Let me know what's happening, guys. We out here to talk deals today. Let's talk money. I got a few deals in the pipeline right now that we working on. You know, I want to share some of that with you all. I put a little video on YouTube earlier if you all didn't see that or whatever. Just kind of following up with a property that I was talking about last week in this session, guys, where, you know, I put the two buyers on the phone together, and long story short, we coordinated the deal. It's looking like we're going to be closing at the latest, hopefully next Friday. All the documents are in, so hey, we're just waiting for closing on that particular property. So, man, what's been going on with you all's deals? What's happening? Talk to me. If y'all need any advice, let me know how the course has been coming along. Is there any videos that you all think I should add in there? Talk to me. I'm out here. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, all right. I'm glad you like the course though, Shani. Glad to hear that. And Joshua, I'm glad to hear both of you all have been in there. You know, when y'all come out to these live sessions, I want to try to make sure I make it worth you all's while. Speaking of that, though, anybody that wasn't able to take advantage of the all of the free courses that I gave out over this past week, I do have a special for you all, guys. I got a little link in the description of this video. It's only going to be active until Monday at midnight or whatever. If you all are interested in grabbing Wholesaler University, the course that you see people talking about in the chat box, guys, y'all can grab it for 99 bucks. I got a link right there for a discount price if you all do want to get it. Boom, there you go. It'll work for this weekend. Um, so Shawnee says, I'm still working on getting a deal. I just started using Propstream. Have you heard of that? Of course, I've heard of that, Shawnee. Yeah, you got to get further into the course. So you'll see all about it. I made a lot of videos about Propstream. I absolutely love Propstream personally. I believe that it's the number one wholesaling tool out there personally. I actually have a link to it in the description of this video. I'm an affiliate for them as well. So yeah, I really, really like Propstream though. We use it every day in our business. I like the skip tracing aspect and the fact that you can do the ringless voicemail drops from there, as well as just everything else. You can pretty much run your entire business from Propstream. So I really love it. Joshua says, been dealing with a lot for sale by owners and going to focus on another tax, tax list, I'm assuming. Also doing the driving for dollars. Okay, Joshua, I see you out there. I see you out there taking massive action, bro. That's what's up. That's what's up. Real quick though, when you said that you've been dealing with a lot of for sale by owners, how are you targeting these people? Are you like on like Zillow or Realtor.com or something looking for these people? Or how are you actually coming across them? I'm curious. You say you're still trying to get used to CRMs and just starting on Propstream. Okay, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I truly believe that Propstream is where it's at. Honestly, it just makes the game a lot easier. You don't have to put in so much work struggling. Trying to go to 4 or 5 different websites trying to get all of this information. It's just all available for you right there. I mean, it don't get too much easier than that. Our Propstream leads good. I would say that they are, Chris. To be honest though, like for the most part, I personally mostly use PropStream for like its skip tracing services and mostly for comps for properties, to be honest, like to get data about property owners. That's what I use it mostly for. But I have pulled several lists using PropStream, got them skip traced right there on PropStream, and then reached out to a ton of those individuals and got decent results. So yeah, I would say that they have pretty decent leads. Joshua says, trying to learn how to structure the sale differently. Please purchase that until the underlining deal paid off. Um, I'm trying to understand what you're saying right there, Joshua. Trying to make sure I understand. Is that a question? Is that a statement? I'm trying to kind of understand you, brother. Uh, Chris. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, definitely just check out PropStream though. I truly believe that it's too easy. It makes the game too easy. You can get leads from right there. You can skip trace them, direct mail them, ringless voicemail drop them. They give you a website, and you've got all the information that you need about the property owner and the property itself. It's pretty much a no-brainer to me. For $99 a month, I mean, like, time is everything. So if you're gonna spend 30, 40 minutes, an hour per property analyzing, trying to get comps, trying to get the owner's information, doing all of this stuff. Time is everything. You only get this one life. So if I could save an hour per person by just typing in the address versus having to go to 5 different websites, I'm going to do it. No question. So check that out if you are interested. It's a link in the description to get those, get PropStream. Hey, bro. Hey, what's going on, Big Sus? Big Sus in the building. What? Quit playing. All right, I see you out here, big sis. What's going on? Hey, for real. Do you have a video on how to approach a real estate agent or any advice? Yeah. Most definitely. So, what I recommend for realtors is definitely trying to be very conversational and like talk about the benefits that you can do to them. So, a lot of times when I end up talking to realtors, it's mostly when like I'm calling sellers and for some random reason this realtor is listed as the seller on a property. So but anyway, like however you actually come across them when you do approach them, you really want to be talking about the benefits that they can receive from working with you. So that's I like to focus on like, hey, I can get you all of these listings or all of these properties that I can't necessarily work with because these people want retail price. But if you being a realtor, you could take on these properties and slam dunk them. I could be sending them over to you all the time. And in exchange, maybe you can just like run some comps for me occasionally, or you can send me any pocket listings or aspire listings that you have. That's what I like to do. That's how I like to approach them. Chris says, which lead type would you say brings the best results? I use it now and I'm trying to find what's the best lead type. Great question, Chris. Like, so personally, I like to try to stack the leads as much as possible. And what I mean by that is just finding people who are in multiple categories of distress, not just like a vacant property, for instance. But I want to find a person that's on the vacant list, the lien list, and the pre-foreclosure list, like things like that. The more distress that you can stack on top of each other, the more likely they are to really desperately need to sell their property. And a lot of times, those are the ones that actually make it to the table. Hold on, let me see. Turn this way. So yeah. Ooh, snaps! It just got substantially darker. I guess not. I guess I just got to keep this over here. I'm trying to get this lighting together, y'all. Forgive me, man. I'm like extra dark out here. Petty. I'm like in a shadow out here, man. I need one more light. Hold on. Hold on, real quick, y'all. 2 seconds, y'all. So yeah, keep dropping those questions though, y'all. Keep dropping the questions. I'm ready for you. Hey, Candace hooking it up. Candace hooking it up for the team. All right, so let's see. Joshua says, oh, so Chris, real quick, let me just kind of finish off that question. So, like, if it comes to Propstream, though, what I would recommend, what I like to use are the vacants and the lien list. Those are my two favorite when I'm actually pulling a list from Propstream. So I recommend those, brother. If you can only choose one, like when you're using Propstream, you can only choose one. There's other services that you can use. One of them is called REWW or Real Estate Worldwide. It's by the guy Clint Clothier. That's a really good service and it allows you to stack your list. So I would look into that if you're really interested in list stacking and trying to get multiple forms of distress on one list. Yeah, let me move this over. And then also, okay, so Joshua says, I pretty much use the county website and skip trace myself. It doesn't take that long. I can line up quite a few, and I've been training other people. Said I cannot do that on wait and automate what? Hold on. Let me read that again. Okay, I pretty much use the county website and skip trace myself. It doesn't take that long. I can line up quite a few, and I've been training other people so that I can. Okay, so it sounds as though like you pretty much you saying like you've been training other people to like skip trace and stuff, so that you don't have to do all the skip tracing yourself. That's key, brother. Automation is king. It's the real name of the game. In fact, like without automation, I believe that like so much of wholesaling um, is just substantially harder if you don't have some of this stuff on autopilot. Like you really need to get some of this stuff out of your hands and find other people to help you. That's what all the best entrepreneurs do. You don't just sit there and try to do everything yourself. You gotta enlist the help of others. That's the key to being an entrepreneur. If you're just doing everything yourself, it's kind of like a job, pretty much. You just got another job. All right. So Joshua also says, I've been targeting lists and just and just about to start stacking them using Google Spreadsheet for CRM. Okay, all right, I see you over there, brother. All right, all right. You say you're getting real strategic over there. Okay, so and then the king says, okay, cool. Also located in Chicago. Love the videos. The right way, the right way. I'm glad to hear that. For real. I got some more wholesaling Chicago videos coming up soon. I don't know if you saw the video earlier, but yeah, I'm out here in the Oak Park area now, bro. So we can definitely, try to link up, try to get some of these deals together, bro. If you got any properties, definitely feel free to reach out to me. I'm definitely open to do some JV deals. I got some really serious buyers that I just came across recently that got a big pile of money. Let's just put it like that. And they trying to make a big spin. So I highly, man, look, if you got deals, send them my way. We can get this money. You hear me? I got, I particularly got like one buyer that's got like a $5 million budget, and they're just looking for properties, and they only want to work with me. So look, y'all, come bring them deals, y'all. Let's get this money, y'all. Hey, for sure, Chris. For sure, Chris. I got you, brother. Joshua. Yeah, yeah. So y'all already know, man. I'm out here. I'm trying to work, man. I'm trying to honestly, like, for real though, seriously, like anybody that is watching, if you all are in Chicago, definitely reach out to me, y'all. We could definitely try to get some of these properties together, y'all. Do I buy property in California? I do not. Not personally, at least, but I have been in the process of trying to wholesale some properties in California in the past, but they kind of fell through, to be honest. Oh, excuse me. But honestly, California is a really tough market. It's not the easiest market. Those prices there is just absolutely ridiculous, and all of the properties there are like cash flow negative. Oh, excuse me. Like the owners, they gain equity every month, but they literally lose cash flow money every single month. So yeah, California, New York, it's certain places throughout the nation or whatever. Even certain spots in Chicago where it doesn't make sense financially for a buyer to really, really be trying to invest there. If you're really investing in California, that's you probably just doing like long term growth strategies. Let's put it like that. Either that or you just got really, really, really deep pockets. Let's put it like that. Questions, guys. Keep the questions coming. Let me know what you all need to know. Let me know what type of deals that y'all working on. Man, so right now, I was just telling y'all about a property that we're looking to close on the 14th. And like the video that I made earlier, I was really just talking about like how you really gotta be coordinating. You have to be relaying all of this information between buyer to seller. Like if you see people dragging, you need to take the initiative. Like, look, John, I need you to take care of this. Or like, hey, John, how can I help you get these documents into the title company? Things like that. Like you gotta be able to go the extra mile because that's pretty much your most important job as a wholesaler. So I'm not sure if the person who asked this question on the most recent YouTube video is watching this live, but if you are, somebody on the most recent YouTube video kind of commented like, "What do I do once I have a buyer ready to actually make sure that we make it through the closing table?" Pretty much. Watch it at the day job the right way. I'm glad to hear that, bro. But yeah, so like he was wondering like, what do I do once I get a property under contract and like I've got a buyer that's ready? How do I get this to the closing table, right? So I feel like this is super key because it's not it's well okay, it's more difficult than some other things, but it's not the hardest thing in the world to get a property under contract, right? So you may have a buyer that's ready, but they haven't signed a contract yet. Until they sign a contract and you actually get a check in your hand, most specifically, until you get a check in your hand, don't start counting up your dollars yet. Don't start just assuming that you're going to get paid. Trust me. Don't get too excited or too emotional over these properties. A lot of people get real excited. Oh man, I got the contract signed, and you get all excited, and then you start to feel as though you've already accomplished the goal. I feel like when you start to feel like that, you don't put in that same amount of energy to actually get it done. Let's put it like that. So I don't want you to like get mentally already finished with the property, but you only got one contract signed, or you just barely got two contracts signed, but it still got to get through the closing process. You know, they still got to do the title search. They still got to make sure that this property is sellable. So you don't want to start getting too head over heels on any property. Don't get too emotional. Don't fall in love with the property. As you all hear in my course multiple times, don't fall in love with the property. Fall in love with the numbers. That's the only thing that matters. That's the only thing that the buyer care about. They not getting emotional and getting all excited. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let me let me see this question. Have you ever been scammed in the business? Some investors I know always tell me to be careful. Yes. Hold on, but let me look at this next question real quick first, because I definitely want to answer that one. Yes, I have been scammed. It's not a great thing, and like it's not like being scammed, but you can definitely get finessed out of deals, and it's definitely happened to me on more than one occasion. And I kind of consider that kind of being scammed. Um, real quick. Okay, hold on. Let me answer this question for Shawnee though. So Shawnee, yeah. So yeah, matter of fact, man, why don't y'all go ahead and just gently tap that like button one time for me if y'all haven't already. I see a like just popped up on there or whatever. I didn't even realize. Go ahead and tap that like button for a brother one time if y'all don't mind. But anyway, though, so yeah, though, man, like, yes, man, I have been scammed before trying to wholesale properties before, and it can happen really, really easily. It's just as simple as you it's just as simple as you like introducing your buyer to your seller. That can literally ruin your deal. And your seller can go up, I mean, your buyer can go into the property and start to tell the seller everything that they plan on doing with the property. That's happened to me before. But the seller is just like, yeah, the buyer is just like, yeah, we pretty much just gonna buy it, and then we just gonna fix it up a little bit, refinance it, rent it out, and then and I'm like, oh God, no, 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 no. Why are you doing this? And then essentially, long story short, that seller ended up just doing what the buyer said that he was going to do. And then another situation where I didn't even introduce the buyer to the seller or whatever, but he knew when the contract expired. Long story short, the contract hadn't even expired yet or whatever. And the next thing I know is like the seller's talking to the buyer already somehow, some way. Then my contract expired. Long story short, that buyer ended up selling the property. You see what well, buying the property, I should say. So things like that can happen, man. You got to watch out. I feel like it's mostly buyers that finesse wholesalers out of properties all the time, man. Wholesalers don't even realize it. That's why I tell people, like, make sure that you get an earnest money deposit up front. Make sure that you're not messing around with tire kickers. Make sure that you were working with decent people. Ask for a proof of funds so you know that this person is legit and they not just BSing pretty much. Yeah, it can happen, Shani. It can definitely happen. I've experienced even worse stuff than that, honestly. It's all types of stuff that can happen. Squatters in the property, the sellers telling you that those are tenants and they plan on leaving. They don't plan on leaving. They haven't even talked to those people that's been living in their house. They know that this is a trap house, and they just want you to go up in there and risk your life to get those people out. No. So yeah, things like that. It's like it's always kind of like dangerous, especially out here in Chicago. Y'all know if you're from Chicago, or if you've ever even been here in some of the hood sections, you got to be careful. You can't just be strolling down these blocks with all these abandoned buildings and it's all of these guys on the block, they kicking it and doing all of this, and then you trying to go on the properties, you walking around with cameras and not, no, 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 no. You got to watch what you're doing out there. You got to be careful for real. One of my guys, Jesus, almost got jumped the other day inside of a place. They was trying to set him up. It was real obvious that they was trying to set him up for real. They closed the door behind him and like it was real sketchy. Let's just put it like that. So I'm glad that he got out of there safely because I'm telling you, some of these landlords don't come back alive. Let's just put it like that. So, man, hey, keep dropping those questions down below though, man. But I've had some crazy situations, man. You never know what could happen out here. So make sure that y'all keep yourself safe, especially when y'all going into these vacant buildings. Make sure that y'all yell out, yo, yo, like make sure that no one's in these properties. Make sure that, if it's a bunch of people standing in front of the properties, and you may want to just pass on like all of these squatters living outside. This is the trap house. Just watch out. There are real life trap houses out here. If you don't know what a trap house is, that's essentially where people, drug dealers, move into abandoned buildings and turn that into their drug spots. They're the hub of drugs where they sell drugs out of. Okay, that's the trap house. You don't want to be walking into the trap house trying to wholesale these properties, even though they'll sell though. That's the crazy part. Like they'll sell, but you gotta like risk your life to even try to get into them. Yeah. You might want to try to stay away from the hood, but hey, that's what the cheap prices are, And a lot of times, that's what a lot of these savvy investors they want to buy because they know that they can get in for the low, and they just hire a property management company to go risk their life to go fix the place and stuff. So they don't really care. They just looking for the bottom line. They don't even have to do anything too special. They just trying to refinance and take their money out essentially. Just put a little bit of work into it, rent it out, refinance it, cash out, go to the next property. It's just like wash, rinse, repeat over and over and over again. That's another thing that I recommend, y'all. Like when y'all out here wholesaling, make sure that you thinking like a buyer. Don't think like a wholesaler. Don't think like what can I get off this property? How much money can I make as an assignment fee? Don't think like that. Think like a buyer. Like, what do I realistically need to pay for this place for it to actually be a deal? Like, if it was me and I was spending my own $100,000, would I want to pay their closing costs? Hell no. Like things like that. You got to think logically. Ask yourself, like, would I be willing to do this? If not, then don't be trying to shop that to your buyers. If you can't actually see yourself buying this torn down, broke down, vacant property out in the hood somewhere, don't be trying to send your buyers there. That's how I feel at least. Like I try to stay away from anything that I wouldn't mess with because I'm not trying to shop shit, essentially. For real. What do you think about 63rd, 71st, and Stony new development? Man, honestly, like in the area, just in general, like in the south side of Chicago, around South Shore, around where they making the Obama Center at and places like that, it's a lot of redevelopment coming around. That's one of the hottest areas. I personally want to invest there myself, coming up soon. So, yeah, definitely be on it. I would definitely be looking for preferably like 2 or 3 flats. I've got a ton of buyers that's looking for those. So if you come across anything in that area, hit me up. We get this money ASAP. Yeah, I got you, Brian. Oh, speaking of that, what's going on, Brian? I just noticed you up in here. Do you have any cash flow properties? Not myself personally. I don't have any properties myself right at this moment. I'm personally saving up for an apartment complex. I'm on the Grant Cardone tip right now. Grant Cardone preaches that you should get at least the 16 doors when you first jump in. Well, I'm looking for 25, preferably somewhere like on the south side. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get what I want on the north side or whatever. So I'm really looking for the south side, most likely, or the west side. I'm good. Still building that buyers list. Okay, I see you, Brian. I see you, Brian. Keep grinding, bro. You got this. Go ahead and gently tap that like button for me one time, bro. I would appreciate it. Gently tap it. Don't break your phone. You know what I'm saying? Have I thought about buying land? Shani, that's a really, really great question, Shani. I have thought about buying land specifically for the idea of like building my own little property there. So like if you go on Amazon and literally find like properties that you can make yourself, that you can like literally build yourself. They'll just like send you all the material, like here, build this house. But it's like super cheap, maybe like 20 grand, something like that. It's already built, perfectly good place, extremely small, like probably like 400 square feet, literally. But still, it's a whole house. So I thought about buying land just to put like a bunch of those little mini houses on there and just see if I can rent them out. I think that like eventually we're gonna need much more like smaller housing so to fit more people in. Like populations are always gonna increase. So maybe I'll end up starting like a new trend with like little mini houses. Yeah, that's real dope. And they also the same company that makes those little mini houses, they also have like those like store kiosks that you can make yourself. So you can have a whole business, like a whole storefront for $4,000. I looked at it online and everything. I'm like, that's crazy. They have like a whole little candy store, and you could buy land for that. Put your little store right there on your plot of land, wherever, and just have a store open there all the time. But you may have to worry about like zoning and regulations and stuff like that or whatever. But I don't think that they'll give you too much of a hard time, to be honest. Buying land, aren't comps gonna be difficult? I guess get at cheap as possible and see if it's a deal. I don't know. Yeah, Joshua, it can be really weird trying to get comps for land. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna try to front for a moment like I'm some type of land comp genius or something like that. It's weird, to be honest. Um, a lot of times you can kind of check the market, like what has vacant land in the area sold before. There are vacant land sales. You'll see that on, like, if you go to realtor.com, even if you just look for the for sale section on realtor.com, a lot of times you'll see like vacant land for sale. So you can kind of get a gist of like what the market is kind of going for in any given area. But most of the time, honestly, Joshua, I use a realtor to help me out with that. I'm in Illinois, Gary. I'm in Illinois, good old Chicago, good old Chicago. I'm out here. But yeah, it gets really, really weird a lot of times. Yeah, yeah, I'm out here, Gary. I'm out here. Where you at, brother? Where you at? Where you at, Gary? So yeah, um, man, land though can be really, really interesting though. But speaking of land, has anyone in here dealt with land? Let's have a conversation about it. South Florida. Hey, you say you out there where it's hot. It's hot out there. I'm sweating just thinking about it right now. but not just but not just physically hot, like, or like temperature wise hot. That's a really, really, really hot wholesale market as well. One of the best in the nation. Hey Ed, do you have any buyers looking around Springfield, Decatur, or Bloomington? Oh man, Rick, unfortunately I don't, brother. Most of my buyers are really out here in Cook County for the most part. I've got some that are looking. I've got like a couple buyers specifically that want properties near colleges. Um, Decatur and Blue. I'm not sure if Decatur and Bloomington. I feel like Decatur is close to Eastern. I'm not sure. Maybe you can let me know, Rick. But yeah, I got buyers that want properties near colleges. So if you've got anything near college, reach out to me, brother. We can make something happen. Um, Joshua says, I keep just looking up the owner's information and giving him a call and collecting info. No purchases yet. Okay, 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 okay. I keep looking at the owner's information and giving him a call and collecting. Do you have it? Hold on, I'm trying to see. Trying to see the first part of that message, Joshua. Let me see. Oh, damn. Okay, I didn't even see that. Hold on. You said you calling pre-foreclosure. Found one land contract trying to move now. Hold on. So Joshua says he's thinking about purchasing and structuring the deal in a seller financed option in trust that personal property transfer. Wait, what? Entrust that personal property until the underlying debt is paid off. Give them 3K at closing to move them on. Yeah, yeah, that can work as well, Joshua. Like you can get super creative with real estate. Like literally anything goes. Literally anything. I really want you all to really take that in. You can negotiate anything in real estate. You can negotiate anything in real estate. Remember that, like literally everything. So you can get the terms exactly the way that you want them. You just gotta open your mouth and like just sound savvy. Like just know what you're talking about. Know what you're looking for. And if excuse me, if you have the finances and or the credit, you could take these properties down yourself. You don't have to be a wholesaler forever. Trust me, this is just a bottom level. Trust me, it's just a bottom level. You should get like 2, 3 wholesale deals and instantly start moving on to being a buyer, probably. Like you don't want to wait too long. You don't have to unless you're trying to get like an enormous amount of doors at the same time. I feel like I'm doing something unique. Like you don't have to be trying to go out and get an apartment complex. You can start off with just a couple single families. So it's like don't it's like do you make sure that you do you, but be out there, like get on the grind because wholesaling is just the ground level. So try to get as many of these as possible. Wholesaling is like the ATM. You could just get a ton of these coming in and then use that to finance your future. Highly recommend it, I swear. You say that you found one in the land contract, trying to move now, calling pre-foreclosures. That's what's up though, Joshua. Canceled the contract 14 business days will close on or around. Okay, okay, I see you out there, Joshua. Wait, cancel the contract 14 business days will close. Wait, so Are you gonna cancel the contract, Joshua? Are you saying, or you have a fresh contract right now? I just want to kind of verify. Oh yeah, let's see. How do you get past the demolition liens for vacant lots? How do you get past the demolition liens for vacant lots? And to be honest with you, Brian, I'm not personally out there buying vacant lots myself. So I can't really honestly tell you that one. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't like trying to front like I know stuff. I only teach what I really know. But I mean, honestly, it's probably just as simple as spending some cash. I mean, that's really what all of this stuff really boils down to. If you got liens, you got to pay the bread. I mean, it's really just simple as that. Anybody up in here that hasn't hit that like button, go ahead and tap that like button for me one time. I would appreciate it. I got 11, 12 people up in here. We got 5 likes. Go ahead and tap that like button for me one time so other people can view this information as well. Share this content. Like, go ahead, tap that little share button. You know what I'm saying? It don't cost you anything. Help a brother out. Let's get some more people up in here so everybody can take advantage, guys. Anyway, so Joshua, hey, I see you, brother. You sound like you close. Okay, 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 okay. I got you. Give them multiple options. They will always land on number 4. You funny. But yeah, though, brother, like you for real though. Like you're 100% right about that. Like if you give them multiple options. I was just talking to Dejan about that. Salute to you, Dejan, if you're watching this. But I was just talking to Dejan, one of my guys out in Pittsburgh, and we were talking about how like if you come to the seller with multiple options and you can actually give them a decent amount of strategies for what they can do with the property. It doesn't have to all be about the real estate. You could tell them like, hey, we could do this with the real estate. If you're trying to sell the fixtures inside of the property, I can help you with that. If you need someone to clean out the property, I can help you with that. But kind of just being like an overall service versus just someone who deals with just selling, buying and selling houses. You understand? Like kind of being the full service person works a lot better than just working on the real estate. I highly recommend that you all try to get depth. Like you want to be wide and deep at the same time. So you want to be able to provide many services and understand them and actually be able to deliver when it comes down to it. All right. That's some key game right there. That's key game. We go clean out properties all the time. We go the extra mile for these people all the time. We've done what is it called? Estate sales for people. We've helped people like actually prepare themselves for like getting stuff out of the house without just throwing it away or them having to figure out everything themselves. So that's really key, guys. That's really key. Anyway, so let's see. Solution based real estate investors. Exactly, Joshua. If you're not solving problems, you might as well just walk away. Solving problems is literally at the heart of everything that a wholesaler does, a successful wholesaler, that is. If you're able to solve problems, you're able to get deals and get paid. And you got to be focused on solving problems too. Don't just be focused on how much your assignment fee is going to be or make it like a purely you type thing. It has to be focused on helping these buyers get decent investment properties that's going to work for them and helping the sellers actually sell their property for a reasonable price. And if you have that type of mentality in mind, you're gonna win for real. For real, it's almost impossible to fail. Okay, so Rick asks, have you done a deal where the buyer needs to get a loan, and were you able to assign it like a cash deal and adjust the time frame so buyer can do inspection needed for loan? Any info you can share? Oh man, Rick, that is a golden question right there because I guarantee you that you are not the only person who wants to know the answer to that. So really good question, bro. And yes, absolutely, we have sold many properties, wholesale specifically, many properties to people who had lenders. We're actually literally in the process of wholesaling a property right now. Like, yeah, 2 properties actually right now. Both of them have lenders. So you don't have to worry at all. Not all deals have to be a cash buyer. Like everybody said, I care less how you paying for this property. As long as you come to the table with a check and you cashing me out, that's all I care about. I don't care whether you need a lender or anything like that. The thing is, Rick, the reason why most wholesalers are preaching cash buyer only is because that allows for you to fulfill the promise of a quick cash close. Most wholesalers are out there promoting that, and a lot of times that's what the seller needs is a quick close, especially if the distress level is really high. They want to get out of this headache property really, really fast. So when you're going through financing, when you're getting financing for a property, that property has to be inspected by the lender for the bank to pretty much sign off on this property. The bank has to say, or whoever's lending that money for the matter, they have to say, like, yes, this property is worth this much. It needs to appraise for the amount that the loan is going to be for. Now, a lot of times when you're dealing with these wholesale properties, they need a crap ton of work. Or it's like things that are deal breakers for a lender to lend money on. Like they don't want to lend money on full gut rehabs for the most part. Unless you have like a really good reputation with them, they're probably not going to do that. So that's why most of the time, if it's going to be a full gut, it's most likely going to be like a contractor who's doing this and they're paying cash, things like that. But it doesn't matter how they pay, just for the record. It's just a timing thing. It may just take like a couple weeks, 3 weeks to close on a lender property versus like a week and a half, 2 weeks for a non-lender property. You know what I mean? So it absolutely does not matter. And yeah, so like, yeah, and like, everything, like you adjust everything and everybody's all cool or whatever. It really doesn't change much. It's not like it's all of a sudden going to take 4 months for you to close the property and you have to extend your contract for 90 days. And it's not like that. It takes like a week maybe for the lender to get approval or whatever, like a couple days most of the time. It's not very long. It's not like a really, really long situation. So don't worry. You're perfectly fine. I promise you. Joshua says, you can still also, if it doesn't work out, send it off to a realtor and they can help you out also. Yeah, exactly. Gary says, what do you recommend doing to get deals today in a very competitive market? That's a great question. That's a great question, Gary. And like what I would recommend, Gary, is doing everything. So like massively putting yourself out there. If you really think about like any business that kind of blew up all of a sudden, like that company Hims, like the hair company, or like Dollar Shave Club, or all of these companies that kind of just like popped up out of nowhere, but it's like every time you did anything, you saw them. They were on the radio, they were on commercials, they were on billboards, they were on the Super Bowl, like they were out there. So that's what you got to do. That's what I recommend. When it's very competitive, you got to break through all of the noise. That's the only way to get seen. You've got to break through the noise. And I recommend just massively marketing to people. Don't just cold call. It's absolutely not good enough. If you're in a very competitive market, you need to be cold calling, putting out bandit signs, flyers, stickers, direct mail, have a website, be running Facebook ads, Google ads. You need to be really, really putting in that work by all means necessary. I actually have a video on YouTube that I really think is probably like my most thorough like breakdown of different ways that you can market to people. And it's called 39 Ways to Market Your Wholesaling Business. I highly recommend that you check that out, Gary, and just start to utilize as many of those methods as possible. Use the things that feel comfortable to you. Use the things that sound and feel right to you, things that you know that you can go out there and do. I mean, flyers are 10 cents a flyer, and they work great. You could post them at laundromats and currency exchanges and, like all types of places. Get creative with it, be different, and be massive with it. All right. So that's the best advice I got for you right there, Gary. I hope that helps. Rick says, thanks for sharing. I have this right now under contract, 250K, and buyers at 260 and qualify for loan. It should appraise fine, but wasn't sure if I can just assign it. You are good to go, my brother. You should probably be working with an attorney though, if you aren't already, like, so you can get everything completely smoothed out. You want to know everything is going to work perfectly fine. You don't want no surprises. You don't want no BS. So work with the appropriate parties to make sure that your deal is going to go through. And what state are you in again, Rick? Are you in Chicago? I feel like you're in Chicago. I'm not sure though. Let me know. Joshua says, I've been posting about 10 ads a day already. Round of applause, my man. You're taking action out there. That's what I'm talking about. You're not playing no games. You say you've been posting 10 ads a day Wait, where did it go? Been posting 10 ads a day, and I'm pretty on top during peak time, 8 to 9. Wait, 8 to 9 a.m., 12 and 5 to 6 p.m. all day. There is some fluctuation with posting on Craigslist. We buy houses wanted section. Wait, why is this retracted? Let me see what's going on here. Did you put you did you retract that, Joshua? Did it just like block your message? It's kind of strange. Anyway, though, it says message retracted by your messages. But anyway, so you say that you've been like really, really posting. It sounds like you've been putting in a lot of work with the Craigslist domination strategy, bro. I'm so proud of you for actually utilizing that. It makes a big difference. Have you been getting phone calls though? That's what I'm really curious about. How have the results actually been for you? Legitimately. Like what's it really been? Um and Shawnee says, "Go, Josh, go!" For real though, Josh, that's good stuff, brother. For real, man. I'm proud of you. You putting in work, bro. For real. Putting printed flyers, taped to bus stops, high motivation, no car. I see you, bro. You say you out there walking for dollars. You're not playing. You putting out the flyers. You putting out 10 Craigslist ads, bro. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's the definition of being an action taker right there. Don't play no games. It don't matter what nobody else say. It don't matter if people laugh at you because they see you out there putting out signs. Oh yeah, so what? I'm about to make $10,000 this month too. So what? I bet you I'm gonna be laughing my way right to the bank, just like that. It don't matter what nobody else think. I promise you. I promise you. That's what's up, Joshua. That's what's up, brother. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you for real. You taking action, man. For real. You really, really taking action. Okay, so Rick says, thanks, man. I'm in Southern Cali, but I have family in Illinois and started to do some marketing there since my brothers can assist. Okay, okay. Yeah, bro. And I could definitely help you out as well, bro. I'm here. Like, just because y'all see me on YouTube and I got over 1,000 subscribers, like, look, I'm just a regular guy, y'all. I just so like, look, please feel free to reach out to me. Let's get money together. Let's get these deals. If you got anything in Chicago, oh, excuse me, Lord have mercy, I'm so gassy. If you got anything in Chicago, definitely reach out to me. Let's try to get some deals together. We can make it happen for real. For sure, Rick. For sure, for sure. And then Shawnee says, in Cali, we can't put out bandit signs unless you want to get fined. Yeah, and you got to make sure you keep as much space between you and the bandit sign as possible. So, it's possible for you to still put it out there. I mean, they can't just find a sign, they can't find a phone number. They have to find you. So unless you kind of give yourself up, I mean, I guess there's ways that they can kind of finesse you. They can call you and be like, "Yeah, I want to buy the house," and then they'll meet you at the house to find you. I guess that could work. That would be kind of messed up though. Never heard of that happening, but I guess it could. Jeffson, what's going on, Jeffson? What's happening? What's happening? That name sounds extremely familiar. Hmm. I'm pretty sure that you like got into the course or something like that. I'm pretty sure that we were emailing with each other just recently. I'm pretty sure, Jefferson. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Um, how to search for a tax delinquent list though? It varies. It definitely varies state by state. What state are you in, brother? What state are you in? If you're in Chicago, I could probably help you out a little bit. This is cool of you to take time out of your Friday night to do this Q&A. You are committed. Yeah, Gary. Yeah, I'm truly out here trying to help people. I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted to do it on Friday, to be honest, but I just recently moved out here to Oak Park, and oh well, yeah, you probably don't know anything about Oak Park, but I just moved to a new area in Chicago or whatever, and I couldn't get it done on Wednesday, so I wanted to make sure that I came out here on Friday. I really enjoy answering you all's questions. I'm trying to help as many people build their empire as possible. I truly, truly, like my right hand up to God, I truly believe that our returns in life are the equivalent to the amount of what we give, essentially. So like what I give is going to determine how much I get back in life. So I've been blessed enough to have mentors and other people to help me along the way. So I feel like I'm just paying it forward. I really want to bless you all and give you all as much knowledge as possible. If you all need anything, just reach out to me. Dead seriously, I got you. Right, bandit sign sting operation, Rick. I swear, man, you gotta watch out, bro. I like the little police emoji. That's so funny. Hey, Gary. Yeah, I appreciate that, Gary, for real. Okay, so you're in Florida, Jefferson. Honestly, I'm not even sure, brother, but I'm sure that there are some other people here from Florida. Anybody from Florida here, if you all can tell Jefferson how to get that tax delinquent list in Florida, please go ahead, share the wealth, guys. It's more than enough abundance to go around. Bless Jefferson with some of that good knowledge. Drop a gem on him. Let him know how to get that tax delinquent list, guys. If you know Gary, go ahead and drop it on him, Gary. Go on, drop it on him, Gary. All right. Joshua says, I run Google Voice numbers, multiple accounts, and track calls debating on where I put that number, lead running 15 number. What? Wait, what? Wait, hold on. I run Google Voice numbers, multiple accounts, and track calls debating on where I put that number, lead running 15. That's really hard to understand what you're trying to say right there, Joshua. I'm not going to lie to you, but I pretty much understand. It sounds like you trying to say, like, you have multiple Google Voice accounts, and that's how you kind of keep that distance between yourself and the bandit sign, essentially, or just in general, any form of marketing that you're doing. I recommend that too, guys. So you all know, as Joshua said, like he uses multiple Google Voice accounts to kind of put distance between himself and like his marketing, and plus so he can also so he can track it accurately and know like, okay, if they called this Google phone number, I know it was from a flyer, whereas if they called this phone number, I know it had to been from my bandit signs. That really works well and helps you really track your KPIs a lot easier. All right, so Shani says, what's your thoughts on those free seminars? Honestly, if they're providing free game, I'm all for it. But it seems as though that like literally like 95% of the time they're usually trying to sell you something. Like for the most part or whatever. It's like they'll give you like the most basic general knowledge that you can imagine and then be trying to sell you something. So that's the thing that you kind of gotta, kind of consider or whatever. It's almost guaranteed. They gotta make money. So I would rather pay for an event and know that they're not going to try to sell me something at the end than like, having to go to a free thing and then they just give me this generic knowledge and then they try to sell me $1,000 package at the end. I just feel like that's a waste of my time. So yeah, free is not always a good thing. Still learning KPI tracking. Yeah, that's a really important thing, Joshua. I'm telling you, if you lock in your KPIs, but it's like you got to have enough volume to really accurately say that you can accurately track the KPIs. I feel like minimum like few hundred, maybe 500. Yeah. So like you probably want at least like 500 people to begin with, like actual results, 500 results, period. And then start accurately tracking them. Like I feel like your number is going to be most accurate by the time that you've had 500 people flow through your funnel. Not necessarily making it all the way down to the bottom, but you understand. Um, Rick says, I'm using Call Rail myself. How do you like Call Rail, Rick? I'm just curious. Was it Call Rail that we were using? Was it Rail? I believe it was CallRail. I believe I was using Call. I can't remember. I know it's like another service that sounds just like CallRail. I'm trying to remember what it is, but anyway, um, I like site. I like apps like that though, but they're not necessarily necessary. That sounds weird to say, but yeah, like you don't necessarily need a thing like CallRail when you can kind of just use different phone numbers. But if you don't have different phone numbers, CallRail can really be great to just kind of distinguish who's who, who's contacted me from which numbers, which forms of marketing. And I don't think it's very expensive neither. I'm pretty sure it was pretty cheap. I have 15 numbers on Google Voice. Oh my God. Using multiple account emails so I can track the 15 different numbers, debating in where they came from. Oh my God, man, that's a lot though, man. That sounds like a lot to keep up with though, Joshua. I'm not even gonna lie to you, brother. Like that's like, are you having to log into 15 different accounts, or like, are you getting all of those phone calls coming into that one phone number? I'm really curious. Around $30 a month. Yeah, so that's not too bad, right? Yeah, $30 a month is pretty decent, especially if it's going to help you really be able to have those different phone numbers, be able to distinguish yourself. If you're virtually wholesaling and you want to get an area code that matches that area, that works for that as well. So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. But at the same time, though, I'm always a fan of not spending money unless you have to. So we ended up just getting rid of Carl. It's just like whatever. We'll just use another Google Voice phone number. Just use your personal phone number. So we just stopped caring about um, the individual call real numbers. Hold on, let me see. Not there yet. Love it, man. 10 numbers and works great. Oh, yeah, 10 numbers. Oh, man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. $30 for 10 numbers. That's a really, really good deal. That's a really, really good deal, honestly. So, Joshua, there you go, right there, brother. If you're having to log in to 15 different accounts, man, like if you actually have to do that, I think you may want to, look into what Rick is doing with the call rail system because that sounds like a lot, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like button smashed. Appreciate it, Shani. Hey, guys, look, we got 11 good people up in here. If y'all don't mind, go ahead and tap that like button one time for me. I would really, really, really appreciate it, y'all. I really enjoy these live sessions. I'm actually gonna be wrapping this up like just about now, actually, in like the next few minutes. But I do want to answer a few more questions before we get out of here. These sessions actually be pretty good, man. Y'all be coming with some really good questions, man. Make sure that y'all keep coming with these questions. I will keep being out here live to help you all. If y'all want me to be here, I'm gonna be here. If y'all come in with questions and y'all making it interactive and lively, I promise you, I will keep coming out here and giving y'all this free game every week. But just make it worth all of our whiles. Like, come with good questions. Like, even think throughout the week. Like, oh shit, you know what? I'll just wait. I'll ask Ed that next week doing the wholesaler mastermind. Like, think like that. I got y'all. I got y'all. That's what I'm here for. Like, I'm dead serious. What I'm saying is like, look, let's get this money. I'm here to help you. If it's anything that y'all need, any questions that y'all need answered, bring them out here live every week, guys. I got y'all for real, man. It's really, really my pleasure. I promise you. And Joshua says, I'm going to I'm going to look into the call route. I see you, Shani. Yeah. Go ahead and check that out, Shani. You might want to check that out. And Joshua says it's on auto login and no to voicemail till I can line myself up to collect info on the lead. I do research on the property I have. Them leave me address and pre-screen lead, then call after my digging. Okay. So you kind of got like a voicemail setup. So you're using Google Voice to receive voicemails in from motivated people. And if they actually are interested because you've pre-screened them using like a little script using Google Voice, then okay, I got you. So then like you have them leave the voicemail and then you do some digging and then you reach out to them. Okay, I see you out there. I see you. Taking action, Joshua. Salute to you, brother. For real. Salute to you. And live. Nice, man. Nice. I was told that investors need 7 streams of income to be very successful. So, besides real estate, have you thought about investing elsewhere? I am currently investing elsewhere, Shani. I have investment accounts as well. I've got savings. So, like, I'm open to a lot of different things. Actually, like, I've got other businesses as well. Just for the record, as well. Like, I own a digital marketing company as well. So, it's just like I got too much going on, y'all. But yeah, like in general, though, I honestly do believe that like having multiple streams of income is direly important to your overall legacy in life. I feel like the earlier that you start, the better. This year, I'm about to turn 30. So I'm blessed to be in a position that I am right now. But just like a few years ago, it didn't look like I was gonna be here. You know what I mean? So like just keep grinding, y'all. Like literally your entire life can change in a year, in a few days sometimes. Literally you really, really, really are one deal away when they say that. I promise you, you really, really are. But yeah, I do currently invest. Actually, speaking of investing, Shawnee, I really, really like this app called Acorns. So like let's say if for instance, like I spent a 99 cents at a store, right? And they don't charge me tax, so I get a penny back. Well, Acorns automatically invest that 1 penny back into my investment account. Okay, so like every time that, so it keeps saving up all of those pennies essentially. And when it reaches like $5 or $10 or an amount that you set, then it automatically rounds up that money into your investment account. I really, really like it. Honestly, it makes investing money just on autopilot. You don't even have to think about it. You just set it and forget it. And I promise you, you will not miss the money because it works on your schedule. Like you completely control everything. I love it. Honestly, I really, really, really love Acorns. Yeah, yeah, you should check it out, Shawnee. I love it. I love it. Like I would show you on my phone right now. Like I promise you. I use it every day. I'm not just telling you for real. Rick says, hold on. How long did it take you to get your first deal? Shawnee says. It took me like a couple months, around about I want to say about 2 months from like the time that I actually started to the time that I actually got my first deal and actually got paid from it or whatever. Oh, dog, watch out, dog. But I did have like my first deal under contract within about a month or so from the time that I started using Google Ads. My first deal actually came from Google Ads, surprisingly enough, y'all. Like of all things, Google. Like who would have thought that? But trust me, that's what the power players are. The all the We Buy Ugly Houses people, all the big boys are on Google, Facebook. So like I'm trying to compete with them. Like I don't want to just be starting off, just doing anything. Anyway, Rick says you're awesome, man. Much appreciate your time and great course, man. I'm only 55% through it, and people, it is golden, packed full of nuggets and some other charged thousands for. That's so true. That's so true. Oh yeah, I heard Acorns. Yeah, yeah, Rick. Hey, I appreciate it, brother. I really, really appreciate that, man. You 100% right about that. A lot of people absolutely do charge thousands for the same exact information that I'm putting out there. And speaking of the course, because I'm about to be wrapping this up, I don't want to hold you all here all night. I want us all to still be productive for the rest of this night. The day is not over. Let's keep grinding, y'all. Seriously. Whoa, my computer is about to die. What the hell? Hold on. Hold on 2 seconds, y'all. Let me just plug up the computer real quick and I'm gonna continue. Oh, snaps. How the heck does that happen? Oh, Lordy. I think I got it. Boom. All right. Save the day. We saved the day. All right. So, real quick though, guys, before I let you all go, I just want to let you all know that there is a link to be able to grab the course for only 99 bucks, guys. I'm letting, I'm just for this weekend. I'm letting a few more people in on a discounted rate. I just want to bless you also for this weekend, and probably like a lot of these free game Fridays, I'm gonna have like little bonuses, little incentives for you all to come out. I want to make this interactive, and I want to bless you all with some knowledge and something that can move y'all along every time that we come out here. All right, so if you all are interested in enrolling into Wholesaler University, as you all see, the people right here in the chat, I'm not making this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? Like these are regular people that's actually taking advantage of the course. If you all want to grab the course, it's available for only 99 bucks up until Monday at midnight. So pretty much Sunday night, guys. If y'all know anybody that may be interested in the course, definitely share it with them, man. I would appreciate it. I'm going to be starting up an affiliate program for the course as well soon. So if y'all are trying to earn some passive income, you know what I'm saying? That could be another way. If you are already social media savvy or you got a big following yourself, feel free. I'll have some type of link to set that up or whatever, so you all can become an affiliates whenever y'all want to. Raise the price. He said people grab it while you can. Yeah, I probably will be. Like, no, dead seriously. It's only 99 bucks right now, but that's just for this weekend. It's $500 normally. So take advantage, y'all. It's literally 80% off, but it's only for this weekend. I want you all to be able to benefit. I know not everybody has 500 bucks. So if you are interested, if you checking this video out, whether it be live right now or watching it in the replay, that option is available to you, but it goes down automatically by itself. It has nothing to do with me. So at midnight on Monday, it's a wrap. All right. Anyway, though, guys, and the course is lit, y'all. You will actually learn something. Hey, you see. Rick saying raise the price. Shawnee saying the course is lit, y'all. You will actually learn something. Joshua saying his course is packed filled with value. Do you hear what I'm saying? And yes, Joshua, you absolutely can reach out to me. I'll send you a link so we can schedule a phone call. If you could just send me a message on Facebook or whatever and just say like, "Hey, send me the link," and then I'll send you the link, brother, so we can have a conversation about it. Let's hop on the phone. But yeah. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all made my day worthwhile. Y'all made coming out here worthwhile, man. I appreciate every single one of you all. But yeah, though, guys, I'm about to wrap this up, y'all. Hey, I appreciate you, Rick. I appreciate you, brother. For real, man. Y'all know I appreciate it. Anyway, though, guys, as always, you know I'm out here with the free game. I got y'all, guys. Until next time, though, guys, I'm about to wrap this up. I will see you all next week. Make sure y'all come out, guys. I'm probably going to go live next week on Wednesday, just so you all know, all right? Anyway, I am out. Till next time, peeps. Be